Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, have a diamond in the rough I'd like you guys to meet. This here is McKinney. He is a cornerback out of Central Michigan. Nice to meet you today, sir.
Nice to meet you. Appreciate you for having me on here.
Yeah, nice having you on here. Actually, probably one of the more consistent defensive backs at coming out of the MAC this year, and had a very solid pro day here recently. So we'll talk about all this here soon. Duran, go ahead, introduce yourself so we can get going.
I'm Dayron McKinney. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I played at River Rouge High School. Went on to play at college at a couple schools, University of Iowa, University of South Dakota, and ended at Central Michigan.
Cool. Obviously, you're the second guy so far this season who I've spoken to who played at River Rouge High School. People can go back and watch your old buddy David Carter if they want to get an opportunity to check out that video. But Duran, want to go ahead and hear about you and your story. Tell us where it all started. Talk about how I guess how things first started for you. How long have you been playing football?
Oh man, started at I was 6 years old. I want to say I played for River Rouge Little League, and I wasn't supposed to play that year, but we found a way to get me started early because I just couldn't wait. So my dad found a way to get me play while I was younger than everybody else. So man, I've been playing there since, and then I went over to play for Melvindale, which is just honestly a few minutes from River Rouge. I went on to play there my first few years of high school, and I just wanted, to go somewhere else, and I took this football like serious because I knew this was what I wanted to do. So I went over to River Rouge and with Coach Parker, Coach Corey Parker, and he took great care of me. And that's when everything took off for me. And I went on to play at the University of Iowa um, from 2019 to 2020. Got a little bit of time there on special teams and everything. Then COVID happened, and you know how that was. And then went over to South Dakota where my GA, well, he was my GA at Iowa, and then at South Dakota, he was the cornerbacks coach, Miles Taylor. Coach Taylor gave me an opportunity. Went there for 2 years and played very well. Then I went over to get a little closer to home and get an opportunity to showcase my skills on a higher playing level. And went over to Central Michigan, and I did pretty good there. Had 4 solid seasons out there on the field at both of those schools.
Yeah, do want to kind of go back and fill in at least some of the blanks here at each spot, maybe perhaps that you were talking about. Um, Along with some football, did some track and field, some baseball, basketball, a little bit of almost every single sport growing up, of course. And so, uh, of course, having that as as part of your athletic journey, I don't know how much do you feel like those sports have helped you? Is it just kind of like the sheer idea of competitive ness about you, or what?
Pretty much, I feel like everything helped differently, kind of. Track really helped me like gain speed and explosiveness. I feel like that's what started my explosiveness and to the journey to realizing how important that was. I did a long jump, placed second in the state in that, fell short of first place, and then did a 4x1, and we came in second also, came short of first place in the state championship, state finals in that. And then, but I want to say all those sports really just taught me how to be a team player, really, and it just boosted my character, I would say. It taught me how to be a leader because that's kind of what's expected of you when you come into a sport and you're good at it. You can do it well. They expect more on the leadership side. So I just feel like it just gained that part and instilled that in me, along with some athletic ability.
Gotcha. I'm assuming perhaps most people who grew up in like the Detroit area might end up being Lions fans, but I mean, I kind of want to ask you, who did you grow up being a fan of, whether it be a player or team?
For the most part, I grew up a fan. I was a Lions fan all my life. I was a Spartan fan. I was a diehard Spartan fan, man. And growing up, man, a guy named Malik Boyne. He played in the area of Melvindale, the place I came from. So watching him play throughout them years, I just know like I was pretty close with him, and I knew like that was the path I wanted to take, and not many people was taking the path that he took in my area. So I knew I just wanted to kind of follow them steps in a way.
Gotcha. So out of high school, ended up at Iowa for just a short time. Of course, a lot of things happening. You redshirted the first season. Second season, we had the pandemic and a whole lot of crap going on. Um, uh, some, what was maybe the big part about your early development as a defensive back? You know, maybe hitting there. A lot of great talent, of course, at Iowa. A lot of great coaches. Um, what, how did the early days look for you as a college player?
I mean, it showed me that the game was a lot different than I thought it was in high school, for sure. So when I got there, but that was a blessing though, because like you said, it was a lot of talent. So I actually came in and those guys took me under their wing, man. So like probably about out of that room, probably 8 of those guys are playing in the NFL right now to this day. So and then Coach Parker, Coach Phil Parker, I mean, best D coordinator in the game in the college football world, man. So just gaining that knowledge from him and being able to like soak the game in and actually like what I thought I knew, I didn't know anything. So soaking that in from him and then those older guys, it was a crazy blessing for me. So my early stage was just a lot of just picking up the game and soaking it all in, which helped me to this day, honestly.
Cool. And then of course from there went to South Dakota, which bro, if we're being real about it, South Dakota really a great FCS school. Had a great season this past year, really, putting themselves in a position of elite status at the FCS level. A lot of great talent coming out of there. Had Harden get drafted here recently out of there. So, but a lot of great talent there, and of course they utilized you. You know, you were a starter there for a couple seasons. Um, any lasting impact from your time at South Dakota before we move on to Central?
Most definitely. Those guys, that brotherhood was very different. Like it was South Dakota, so it was a bunch of guys who can play football, but the world don't know you can play football. So it was a lot of underdogs. So it was just the brotherhood was different because it was just a bunch of guys, hungry guys, because we all just had the same mindset, just to show the world that we can play top tier football. So those guys, the relationships I carry with those guys is for a lifetime, and the knowledge I picked up from there also is something I never forget.
Cool. And then of course coming to Central, being a part of the secondary there, solidifying yourself once again as a starter. And again, in my opinion, really being one of the more consistent defensive backs in the MAC. Can you maybe describe yourself a little bit as a defensive back? Maybe where you have played, your overall experience, your role, maybe perhaps what separates you from others at your position.
I feel like I'm a Swiss Army knife. I feel like I'm a student of the game always along, but I can teach what I know, the stuff I do know. I'm willing to always teach the next person and just keep soaking up new knowledge. I'm never feel like I'm too good. And then I just feel like I'm somebody you can put at. I've played in all the positions, the safety spot, the nickel spot, the corner spot. So I just feel like I'm a very reliable person on the field, wherever is needed. We were needed in the corner spot. So I know I played corner, so I went out there and I did it. Anytime we was needed in that nickel spot when our guys went down, whether it was in practice or whatever, I was the first to step up. Same with the safety spot. So I did a lot of reps. Practices, I did a lot of reps. So I realized I picked up a lot on all those positions.
Cool. Obviously, for a guy with a lot of experience at corner, maybe perhaps as you're making the transition from college to pros, might end up coming inside playing a little bit of the, nickel slot role. But certainly as you're coming to the pro scene, I'm going to be asked to probably, really put a whole lot of time and effort into special teams. Can you kind of give me a little bit of insight as to your experience on special teams, your overall attitude and approach, and maybe favorite position on special teams?
My favorite position, if I'm just being biased, man, I like returning the ball. That's my favorite.
Of course.
But I'm really like I'm never scared, like, or I'm never against special teams. I feel like as I grew into the game, you realize how important special teams really is, and then you just realize like that's the most that's basically more important than offense defense, and people don't really realize that because you're not on the field as much doing it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I love special teams. I'm gonna be the one. I'm happy. I'm on any special team and every special teams. I'm not against any of it. I played some gunner. I played, yeah, the gunner missile position. I played on kickoff. I was from R1 to R3. I played all of those, or L1, L3. You know those outside guys. I've been frontline on the return team in games. So like I've done it all. There's nothing I haven't really done out there really.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, hey, it's nice that you do have some experience out there. I know don't have too much experience, at least in game experience as a returner. Although I know you can do it if you are called upon to do so. I know you kind of are a player who wants the ball in his hands. I mean, that's just kind of what is expected, of course. I mean, you want the ball in your hands. You want to be able to attack the ball and get turnovers. And that's the mentality that you need to have, as a defensive player, of course. Let's talk through this last season for Central Michigan. Um, I know it maybe wasn't necessarily what you wanted. If we're being honest, I mean, a 4-8 record really isn't too much to be proud of. But I mean, still had some solid moments out there where you were able to go out there and showcase your skills. Do want to kind of walk through a couple of games, but I kind of want to get your opinion on, really what it takes to, I guess, complete a season that looks like, how it was with the record being what it is. How do you go about things, like on a daily basis, and where is your motivation coming from, where you're going out there and there's no bowl game in sight?
I mean, that becomes a hard time, especially in that meeting room, especially in those locker rooms sometimes. But I mean, being the oldest guy in the DB room, I knew I had to what I had to keep in my mind and everything. And I used to tell those guys, we told those guys every time, man, tap into your why. So when I say tap into your why, is why are you out here? What's your reason? Like everybody has a why, regardless of what it is. Everybody's why is different. So I just told those guys, look at your why. So that was my big thing. My why is I'm doing it for my family. I just want them to see me be successful. So even if things are not going good, I just still gotta go out there and do what the strategy is for that game and do it to my best ability, whatever is called on for me to do and just do it well. Like you keep looking at records. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to go out there and strap it up. So,
No, I get you. And of course, we're looking at a guy who is a veteran leader who obviously is able to instill upon the younger guys, there at Central, having some great moments, despite some of these losses. Again, I do want to kind of talk through some of these things, which I really think showcase what you can do as a player as you're transitioning to the next level. I know this might sound silly, but I do feel it's kind of nice to talk about your sack against Illinois. When I think about a defensive back who it can just be sneaky and get the job done, if they're
mm.
able to make some noise up front, obviously it can change games. So, can you walk me through that moment where you're getting a sack against Illinois?
It was big. So that whole game or that whole week of practice, we practiced the blitz. We usually don't. We'll go through the blitz, the corner blitz, but it's not always. But that week we did it more than usual. And I'm like, if I get this opportunity, I promise you I'm getting a sack. So when it came, if you watch that clip, when I went, the running back tried to take me on, and I don't know what it was, man. Something just came in me like, nah, like nobody is getting in my way of this sack because and he not paying attention, the quarterback not paying attention to me. So when that running back came, I kind of just used one arm and I just locked it out and I put him on the ground. So when I saw that quarterback move up after he saw his running back on the ground, I knew it was over. That was my sack. So just leading up to that, it was just like, I don't even know what to think. It was I just knew I had to get it. It was mine.
It's just kind of crazy, when it doesn't happen too often, of course. I mean, we're not asking corners to blitz too often because I mean, we're trying to create this sneaky opportunity where you're able to just kind of like use your burst. You just get off the snap like really well, like you did, and of course, run like a bat out of hell, who is determined to get to the ball and either put the quarterback down or hopefully, of course, get a turnover. Do want to talk about another aspect of your game that I feel really separates you as a defensive back, and that's truly your ability to tackle. Very efficient tackler. And a lot of that was put on display during your, game against Bowling Green. You had a lot of tackles in that game, man. Can you talk through some of those moments where, like, again, these guys just keep coming at you and coming at you, and you're just kind of able to wrangle them down?
That's what I think that's what it was when I got into that game. I don't know if it was just I don't think in their eyes they saw enough tackling from me. But I'm if you look through film, I rarely miss tackles. That's something I take pride in. I can count on one hand how many times I missed tackle the past 2 seasons. So what it is they just I guess they want to see more out of me. Bowling Green did, so they kept running my way, or whatever the case may have been. They kept running screens my way, throwing the ball my way, or running my way. And I just know once I get my hands on, I'm going to make the tackle. And I think that game displayed that, and it put the conference on notice that I'm going to tackle. Like, and I love tackling. And a lot of people think those tackles as a DB it come from getting the ball caught on you. No, if you look at that game. I don't. I think I got the ball caught on me once, and it was a slant for 4 yards.
Yeah,
So
so
those tackles was
they when I go back to some of that, I mean, at least what PFF records is there were four balls thrown your way in a total of just 23 yards. So a lot of quick little dink and dunk sort of stuff, which may or may not been on you at all. You just happen to
yeah,
be
some of
perhaps
them.
in the vicinity of these balls. Um, so, I mean, again, we are looking at a guy who can shut down his opponent, obviously, you know, as a corner. And then, of course, somebody who we can trust, to be a quality tackler. Um, do want to talk about one more game, if you don't mind, and that is a game against Western Michigan. Um, you were really able to shut down those receivers in that game very efficiently. Can you walk through that moment again? I believe that might have been your guys' last home game, but walk through that if you don't mind.
I mean that's a rivalry. That's our big rivalry. So that's the one every year. So you know the mindset coming to that game. So really it was just I just know just gotta win the play every time. That's my mindset. So when I know I got a PBU that game, they threw the ball deep in the end zone. We was in cover zero. So I know it's win the play. I know they going deep. I know it's happening. So really it was win, no matter how I gotta do it. Just win. And that was the mindset that whole game. You are like, you know how that week went as far as just going to classes and everything like that. Like it's rivalry week. You know how it really it get real fun.
No,
So I was
no,
out there having fun and dropping anything that came my way.
No, I get you. And again, we talked about this earlier, of course, when, obviously, like the record isn't really, what you guys wanted. But I mean, this was a game y'all had circled. You're like, we are not losing this game. This is our rival. I don't care what the record is. We're going to go out there. We're going to dominate. We're going to be able to shut down guys, which you really did a great job doing. And so you walk out with a victory. Had to be great. of course, at the time, having that win. Of course, finished out your time as a collegiate player. What have you been doing these days as you're preparing for your opportunity in the pros?
I trained out in Texas for my pro day. Did all my training there, and now that I'm through the pro day, I'm currently just still training. I'm back home training. Got some trainers work with, and still got the high school I train at, doing weightlifting and everything at. And I currently got my local pro day with the Lions coming up in a couple weeks. So I'm just getting ready for that. I'm just staying active and staying ready. That's the goal.
Great. You had mentioned your pro day, which I felt you did a great job at. Just mentioning some of the numbers, of course. Uh, 4.5, 440, 36.5 inch vertical, 10.6 broad jump. And I believe it was what, 15 reps on the 225. And so,
Hmm.
again, all these numbers, very complete corner, who obviously every single mark, it's just like a checkbox, man. Um, Talk to me about this pro day, maybe some of the interactions you have with some of the scouts there.
Really, to be honest, it was a good day. My projections coming in was a lot lower for all of that, so they didn't expect that much. So that's a good and a bad, I guess, you know. But like you said, I came in and I checked all the boxes. I just gave it everything I had. Everybody want better for themselves, but I promise I'm not against any of the numbers I put up. Like I'm proud of everything I put on there. I take full accountability of everything I put out there, and I'm happy about it. So just talking to the scouts, it was great. They all kind of said the same thing. I had a solid day. A lot better than I expected, or than they expected me to be out there. So I can't do nothing but be blessed for that. So just talking to the scouts and exchanging information with them and everything like that was pretty. That was a pretty good moment. It was a pretty proud moment for me. A lot of work put in.
Cool. You don't necessarily have to, name drop some of the teams or whatever, but can you give me like a roundabout figure as to how many teams you talked to?
I talked to about six teams.
Certainly
Exchange
fair enough.
information.
And again, I know, again, you being, around the Detroit area, you're going to get an opportunity, at their local pro day. Again, that's what, in like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So something to look forward to. Um, Duran, do want to get a chance to meet you off the field a little bit. I mean, we've talked about your success as a player, but I want to see if there's anything that we need to learn about you as a person, as a man. So any fun facts that you want to share about yourself, if you have any special talents, abilities, hobbies, or anything you want to share, go ahead and hit me with it.
Really, man, I'm really a very chill dude. But honestly, I do like what's crazy is me and my cousin David, that's my cousin. I don't know if you knew that, but we both the same. I really like doing puzzles. It's crazy. It sounds really crazy, but I love doing puzzles. And I love doing Lego sets and everything, put them together. It just keep my mind busy and it keep my mind like just active and intrigued. You know what I mean? So I'm into doing that. Of course, I play video games quite often. And those really my go-tos. If I'm just having a bored day, just want to get out or just do something, I'll probably do one of those. So
Gotcha.
those really my.
Um, I was sitting here thinking, sometimes people really invest a lot of money in Legos. And so like I don't know if there's maybe perhaps one of them that you really like, maybe your favorite. Um, Anything you want to share on that front?
I'm not like a crazy collector or nothing like that. I just if somebody got them or got it for me, I do it. It seems like that's a great gift. So that's a gift I've got a few times. So like yesterday I just finished a McLaren race car. I just finished that Lego set. I did that yesterday. Had a lot of time on my hands and that was pretty fun to do. That was my first car. So that was pretty fun.
You a big car guy or no?
Not really.
Not
I like
really? Okay.
cars. Everybody like cars. I don't love them.
Of course. I mean, hell, I'd take a nice car to drive in any day. So,
Exactly.
um, a couple other fun questions, maybe. You have any pets?
Nope, I don't have any pets at the moment. No.
All right. Hey, I'll find something here. Let's see. Favorite snack?
Oh, favorite snack? That's a good question. I don't know if you know what like the fruities are. It's little fruity. Yeah, that's my favorite candy favorite. I like that. But as far as like just the something to snack on, I'm a big fruit guy. I love like pineapples and strawberries.
Gotcha. When you're at home, maybe recouping from workout or something, is there maybe a TV show that you like to watch?
Uh, I watch a lot of different TV shows. I try not to get in the shows often because I'm the person I hate when I finish something. I gotta wait like a year for another season. I like that's probably because I once I'm into something, I'm into it. And then when it's like, all right, you finish it, you gotta wait a year for the new season. That's I hate that so much. So I just try to watch. I don't watch TV shows that much. I try to watch movies, just different type of movies, whether it's funny, uh, horror.
Gotcha. Give me a quick example.
Movie I just watched was called Lift. It was with Kevin Hart. It was about they kind of go in and they basically like take a hijack a plane, borrow a plane. That's what they call it. They don't call it hijack. They call it borrow a plane and take the gold. It was gold at the bottom of it. They took that. And that was then and there was a lot of other stuff into it. But then I watched another movie called Carry On just came out on Netflix. I don't know if you heard of that one. It's about they it's a they trying to stop this guy from putting this carry-on package on the plane that's gonna blow it up so much into I just be trying to
Uh,
just watch all different.
Sounds fun. I I can totally get into almost any Kevin Hart movie. Um, just hilarious. Be honest with you, like I love his interactions with The Rock. Sometimes like it's just classic. Like anything that they're in, it really hits home. So,
Definitely.
how about perhaps a celebrity that you love an opportunity to meet?
Oh, celebrity if I had the opportunity to meet. It's a good question, man. I
Actor,
really
musician, athlete.
if I'm gonna go athlete, I'm gonna go Barry Sanders. He was always my favorite player forever. Lions fan. And Barry, he was an all-time
I mean, I
great.
think if
If
you're
I'm
a
gonna go
Lions
actor,
fan, it goes Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson. I mean, like one,
pretty
two,
much.
um,
Just like
any
that, yeah.
day. Um, who do you think's doing it at the elite level at your position in the league right now?
I'm giving it to Brian Branch. 100% I gotta give it to him. That was somebody watching him was just like I see just a reflection of myself watching his game because we played just alike, I feel like. And then my first year at Central Michigan, I wore 32 and he wore 32. So it's just like I didn't know much of coming out of college. I didn't pay that much attention to him when he was in college. But when he came out and showed what he did at the next level, it made me go back and look at everything. And I see a spitting image of myself when I see him play.
Cool. Well, hopefully you get a chance to play alongside him very soon. I mean, I know again right now, training, trying to get your self, I guess, ready for your opportunity at the next level. As we finish up our time, go ahead and tell all these people, anybody who might be watching, and even more specifically, all the NFL scouts out there, why you need to be given your opportunity. So, close with your thoughts.
You getting a player who love the game. You getting a player who's consistent. He's just with a go get it mindset regardless. I feel like in 9 days, it's not a lot of that. Not a lot of consistency all around. I'm giving that, and you giving somebody who's not complaining about no task that you give them. Whatever it is, I'm ready to go do it with a smile. And then you're getting a locker room guy. I feel like man, just being in these different locker rooms that I've been in, you realize some of these guys are not locker room guys. Like they good players, but some people don't want to play with them. And I feel like I'm total opposite of that, man. I love if even no matter who getting the opportunity or no matter who what I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I might be upset. Cool, but I promise you, when I get in that locker room, it's a whole different mindset. I'm coming in with energy every time. Everybody love me.
Great. Again, we're looking at a defensive back who's had a very consistent career. And again, prides himself in his ability to be a great tackler. Ron, I want to wish you the best as you pursue your dream. All right.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Sure thing. Once again, to Ron McKinney, defensive back, Central Michigan. Check this dude out.